Our Gulf Coast MakerCon 2015 coverage is proudly powered by the Microsoft Store. Go ahead and imagine presenting the thinnest and lightest Surface ever, the Surface 3. The perfect balance of performance and value for students, families, and more. Pre-order yours today or check out all the other latest gadgets at f5live.tv/Microsoft.
All right, our next and final interview will definitely be a favorite because, oh my God, that's wonderful. Okay, let's just get into it. Terri Willingham.
And Mini Chuck. Which is better than Up Chuck, but it's Mini Chuck.
Oh
Fair
my
enough.
gosh.
Terri, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Terri Willingham, and I am a creative partner with Eureka Factory along with my husband, Steve Willingham, and we are the producers of Gulf Coast MakerCon today. And we're very excited about it. This has been fantastic.
It's been a really good event.
This has been a lot of fun, and it's still a lot of fun, and there's
so
still
much
stuff
fun.
happening. Are you having a good time?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Mini Chuck. I mean,
Mini Chuck.
we actually built a Scanatron for Boca Bearings Company. And Boca Bearings, instead of using traditional media advertising, uses project-based advertising. And so they sell bearings. They sell a lot of bearings for fishing rod reels and golf carts and things like that.
All kinds of things.
All sorts of things. And
A
huge variety.
Ridiculous sizes in
Absolutely
some cases.
ridiculous, yeah. And so
You look at him like, what is that, a roller coaster? What could you possibly use that
And
for?
so it's like they say, can you build something for us? And it's like, wait, can you build this? And we was like, because we never say no. We said, sure. And so we took on this ridiculous task of building the Scanatron, which we now call the Bocatron. And Chuck was one of our first experiments on it. He and Steve pretty much built the whole thing. And we're not using the one with his finger up his nose. This one was kind of nice. So we... and it's fantastic. And so then the 3D print was made by Mo Epley with Prefab 3D. So, what a
Who
wonderful...
we just had on the show.
What an absolutely wonderful confluence of creativity, and so this is terrific, and since Chuck didn't get a chance to interview, I don't think I brought him along for... I'm actually thinking of, like, making an attachment for a hat or making a little talisman out of Chuck, so...
Just take Chuck everywhere.
Yeah, I am. So we're going to do that, and so we're making some projects with the Bocatron before it goes down to Boynton Beach, and we won't have that anymore.
So how's the event going?
Beyond our wildest expectations.
Well, that's good to hear.
We're really excited. I know we were in a lot of transition last year when we were doing this,
right.
and we pulled it off then, and we put a lot of work into it.
Even with all the oddidities that went into it, last year went off well
and
as far as people on the outside were
What
concerned.
amazing partners to work with. Everybody has been so spectacular. We got the Economic Development Grant from Hillsborough County. I didn't bring my proclamation to put in front of the camera. I forgot it. There's a gold frame proclamation at the front of the room there, declaring April 18th Maker Day in Hillsborough County.
Hooray!
Yay! In recognition of Gulf Coast MakerCon. So we have them. We have Tico Energy was a sponsor, USF Connect and the National Academy of Inventors, in the Florida High Tech Corridor. And the whole community really supports this, and we're seeing a lot more of that in Hillsborough County and Tampa Bay area. So I'm really thrilled that everybody keeps playing the long game here and keeps staying in it and keeps trying to and is patient with the occasional things that we have that don't work quite right, like it's a little bit warm in here, that kind of thing. But everybody's having a ball.
Well, I will tell you that we had somebody from outside come in earlier, and she sat down and went, "Oh, it's
so
wonderful.
Cool in here." It's all relative. Yeah.
Indeed, it is. So it's important to know that there are people who were very happy to walk inside. So
Yeah. And then we got the Electrothon racers are going outside.
That's who
the battle
came in
bots
with
and
us.
stuff. So good.
So
good.
how's the robots going?
They're going really well. I've got these pictures of these massive crowds around the robots, and so people are having a ball watching it. It was a lot of work for Sam McAmis with the USF Robotics Interest Group to put this together. He spent, it must have been, 18 hours building that arena.
Right.
It's a lot of work to do it. And
it's a big arena.
It's huge. And they have I thought he was going to do 2 arenas, but they actually are doing all the robots of all different sizes inside of that.
Okay.
I think they have the big 220-pound robots going at it right now.
Nice.
So, yeah.
I know from last year, the area was a little bit. It was pretty compact.
Right. He had a mini
this year
arena.
It's just
Yeah.
This year there's bleachers.
There's bleachers.
Yeah.
It's a totally different
And the bleachers
experience.
were full. I got pictures of the bleachers
Awesome.
were full at one point. The bleachers were full, and they were spilling over to the sides. There were people, cheering and moaning when the robots did things and got devastated. And so exactly the kind of stuff you want to hear from a robot battle.
Absolutely.
So it's fantastic, and the variety that we've had. I mean, I saw Minda over here with her comforter. I'm so glad she came out. She's fantastic. She actually hand makes her business cards because she's not really super digitally literate. She says, I'm learning, but this is for everybody of all ages and who are interested in creating, who see a problem and come up with a solution. And all the solutions are equal in terms of my solution is good to this problem. And I just think that's so cool.
Yeah.
And that they feel welcome here and included, and that I can sit next to the guy with the 3D printer with my comforter and the woman who does the beautiful yarn art, and the jewelers and stuff like that. So I think that's so cool.
And I keep going back to the chainmail.
Oh, yeah, the chainmail is fantastic, isn't it? And then you saw the steampunk guys walking around. We got a steampunk band here who's like, this is really cool. So this is a guy going around with a banjo, looking at Chuck's recycled instruments and his, theremin stuff. So, wow, what a party.
It's definitely an interesting
it's
collection.
Eclectic, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So how's attendance been?
It's been fantastic. I mean, I think advanced tickets were probably a couple hundred advanced tickets. Okay. And then but they've been walk-in traffic all day long.
Door's been real good.
Yeah, it's been fantastic.
I know we're kind of off in a bit of a corner, partially on purpose.
Yeah.
And we've had some major traffic coming through here.
Yeah.
I know at one point we were a little concerned.
Yeah.
But it sounds like that went out the window.
Yeah, we did, because you never know. When you do this, you just never know. And that thing about build it and they'll come. Yeah, sometimes, if it's a golf course, maybe. But when you're doing something like this, it's still relatively new in the area. But people are coming in telling me, oh, I heard about this. People came from Orlando. They came from Sarasota. Nice. They came from Daniel, Mr. Home Chemistry, who's doing his chemistry demos in the garden. He came from Panama City, I believe.
Wow.
So they came all over for this, and this is something that people really value and need. And I think it's a great creative equalizer.
We talked earlier in the show, like as we were getting started, that this is like the modern evolution of the craft fair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's an ultimate non-white tent sale, or non-white tent fair. Yeah.
And the thing that makes it modern is the fact that it's the collection of things is so much
everywhere
different than what you would have found at a craft fair. You would have found a lot of jewelry and things like that, but you wouldn't have found Chuck.
Yeah.
For example, or Mini Chuck.
Mini Chuck, or even Mini Chuck, yeah. Or Fireblade Comics and Johnson Arms doing their fantastic props. And then you can make a living today doing prop arms.
Absolutely.
Which it's like, wow, this is the kind of thing when you're a kid, you go, I want to make prop weapons for a living. And it's like people, in the 60s, they would say, get a job, That's not a career, Yes, it is,
Turns out it is.
It is a career, yeah.
Who knew?
Yeah, exactly. So, you can make a career of all sorts of things. Somebody just came by in a really fantastic outfit.
I saw that.
Yeah, it's like, whoa.
The collection of people, not just exhibitors, the collection of people has been very.
This woman came up, she was buying a T-shirt, and she says, oh, I'm going to buy a T-shirt. It was an older woman, my age, maybe a little older. She says, but I'm going to cut off the shirt, so the sleeve, so it looks, what was her word? So I look a little grungier or something. It's like, okay.
All right. Enjoy.
Go for it. That's fantastic. There's no ageism. There's no sexism.
Right.
There's no racism. There's just nothing. It's all here. It's all
happy.
It's
a great atmosphere in here.
Yeah, there was an interesting article recently on the value of cons. I think I had sent you that, and it was they're so amazing because they are so welcoming. Everyone can come here and be who they are.
Yep.
You don't have to be something different. You don't have to hide who you are.
There's no judgment.
No, there isn't. It's like, oh, is this what you do? Cool. Here's what I do. Wow.
Oh, you make wands? Great. I built a 3D printer.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right.
I've got an electric car, and it just goes on and on and on. I've got a quadcopter, or
I do furs.
Yeah, I do furs, and then you Ward the Wolf Boy, the guy who's written the Werewolf novels that he's over there, and it's like that's the thing he does. John Urban, beautiful stuff. It's like just so cool. The gaming tournaments, going on.
Yep.
It's just people coming and saying, "Oh, I want to play." I want to share what I do, and I want to play, and I want to.
It's really great.
Yeah, it's like play date for grown-ups and kids. And hopefully it inspires people to try things out. Because one man came in, he's an older guy, and he said, I have this idea and I don't know what to do with it. It's like, yeah, you've come to the right place. Go over here and talk to Wayne. Go talk to John Hobbs with his stuff, who's doing the, how do you raise capital. So the people are here and they're freely giving their experiences.
Yeah, the community is so open.
Yep. We had somebody on the show earlier who had somebody, a potential investor, start a conversation today.
Wow.
Right here.
Nice. That's fantastic.
Started an investment conversation.
Wow.
And could potentially have it closed before the end of the month.
That would be fantastic. I want to hear that good news story wherever that wraps up. That's fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's what this is. This is an opportunity. It's an opportunity to see, learn, be, do.
I'm trying to remember. It was the RV, right?
Store hitch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic device. Yeah, it's a beautiful. He put a lot of work into that.
Yeah. So he's the one who was telling us that.
And he's got a great name, Terry. So.
Yeah, it is a pretty great name.
Yeah.
So you've been basically right at the front door. You're set up right up front.
Yeah.
Everybody, as they're leaving, has the same excitement as
I haven't seen a whole lot of people leaving. I've seen them all coming in. There's been a few that have left by now, but a lot of what I've seen people coming in is they come in and they're bewildered. A lot is like, where am I?
Where do I start?
What has happened?
What is this?
What is this? And one woman was going around with her little girl. She says she doesn't know where to go first. I said, what I recommend is you come in, you walk the whole place. And then you come back and you see the thing, go and explore a little bit more on the things you like, because there's a lot here. And, things that people think they're not going to be interested in, you turn out to be pretty interested
Fascinating.
in. Yeah.
And it's grown so
like
much
RV
from
hitch
last
thing.
year.
Yeah, it has easily tripled in size from last year. We were going for double, but it's tripled at least.
It's so big.
Like all the exhibitor space is filled.
Yeah.
We ended up with so much more space this year.
Yeah.
And you still filled
And
it.
we had some last minute people. It's like, do you have room? It's like, yeah, we tucked you in, And so it was not you guys. We tucked in some other people. You were already here. But it was just people were really wanting to do this, and that's where we want to. And for it being an independent fair, that's really important. It's an independent. It's not branded. It's a community event. And we're going to keep it that way.
By the community.
Yeah, and we already have people who want to be partners in helping it make it happen next year.
Awesome.
And who have ideas for how to rearrange things a little bit.
Cool.
So Elizabeth Baker was giving me some really good ideas on how to better apportion musical exhibits.
Yeah.
And so we've learned a lot from that, and we appreciate everybody's patience as we work through the kinks.
Because it's by the community.
Yeah, and they're really
Going
patient
into
about
it. You have to know that.
Yeah. And we always tell everybody that with the things we do. All of this was produced by volunteers. This is people who have full-time jobs did this on the side. It's like, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. So kudos to everybody that's here, and our gratitude. They're amazing people. So, and our gratitude to you guys for always being here and sharing the story. That's it. It's all about the stories. So
I will tell you that it's always fun to have you on the show. And when we were in Orlando for FRC, it was very strange. It was the first time that we've done an event that you were in the building and not on the show.
It was a busy event too.
It was.
That was crazy. That was bigger than it's ever been.
You guys were in the process of restructuring one of the competitions.
Yeah,
so,
right. Yeah.
We knew you weren't going to be on the show going into it, but
I'm pleasantly surprised I could actually come over and sit down here and do. I still haven't eaten lunch, but other than that. But I did get to carry Mini Chuck around. It just makes me so ridiculously happy. We need to do
cool.
all of Team Duct Tape like this.
I want to do one.
Yeah, we need a mini Danielle.
It's so detailed.
Yeah, he is. He's so delicate.
Have to see this
those are words you'd never use for Chuck. Chuck, you're so fragile and delicate.
And small.
So, can you imagine a whole bunch of them and you could just talk to each other? And it's like
play
a little Nick and a little Scott. And
I was thinking like a whole little army of Chuck. Just a whole bunch of in different poses with a pitchfork and
they're actually making, one of the groups is making chessmen out of these and little customized chess pieces.
That's cool.
So it's amazing too that you could do this at home. That ours is a totally over-engineered monster because it's supposed to be
no kidding.
We don't.
Doesn't sound
if
like you at
anything's
all.
worth doing, it's worth overdoing. So, this thing it was designed to be a showpiece where you take it to
Right.
conferences and it's showy, and they're going to brand it with Boca Bearing. You could do this with a connected home and a 3D printer.
And it can be moved around and beat up and
Right,
all
yeah.
the things.
But the
that have to go
detail
into
that comes out of a basic Connect that you buy, in the store and a 3D
amazing.
printer, and
So-
it's just,
it.
wow.
So did you end up using a first gen or a second gen Connect?
I don't know.
I'll have to go over and look
I
at it
have to
later.
talk to Chuck.
I just printed Chuck. Like,
I just.
Because I know we had a
Ask
conversation.
Chuck.
We
Yeah.
weren't sure if
He
the
didn't say.
thing, if the base was a first gen or a second gen.
I have no idea.
Because if
I
that's,
think it's second, but
if
I'm
that's
not.
a first gen, that's incredibly detailed.
I think
for
it
a
was
first
too
gen.
pricey for a first gen. But yeah.
Interesting.
Aw,
Yeah,
Chuck.
yeah. And actually, people who are getting their stuff done here, Mo is going to. I don't know what their cost is, but she's going to be giving people their 3D prints. They can buy their 3D prints from Tangible Labs.
Very
people who are
cool.
getting scanned here. So we now have Gulf Coast MakerCon souvenirs. So
And a souvenir, unlike
Any
any
other.
other kind of event.
we need to actually next year. I think we'll do up our own little version of it with like a Gulf Coast, the skull and back or something, and then
Oh,
you get
yeah.
like a little. That would be so neat.
Yes, it would.
Yes.
Yes, it
You
Yeah.
can have all the people that are behind
Yeah,
Gulf Coast MakerCon
that's
just
right.
standing together.
Buy the whole set.
Have your own Gulf Coast MakerCon
That's right.
at home.
That's right. Yes. Who needs army men? We have little maker people. Yeah. So
So, what's next?
I should turn them around. What's next is Roboticon is next in October.
October.
And then we've got TEDx coming up, TEDx Tampa Riverwalk in the end of August, and then we have the youth event in November.
Okay.
So we just keep going.
So Prime is in August, Youth is in November.
Yep.
Roboticon
Comes the
is in
fall.
October.
Yeah, we're still tweaking dates a little bit.
Sure.
So yeah.
She's a busy woman.
Got to deal with space availability and stuff.
Yeah, but it's we're it's a done deal. It's going to happen, and then we've got county support for that as well. So all of these things are, it's what we do. It's what we all do together.
Yes.
And that's
Thank
amazing.
goodness for Hillsborough County and they're
absolutely
support
amazing.
Of this type
They
of
are
stuff.
absolutely amazing. The county managers walking around, and they're here. They're on site. They're supportive.
Right.
They're innovative. They're open to a lot of different things, and they make the growth of our community possible, from small business to large business. And
the county has a collaboration space.
yeah, they do. They have the economic, the Entrepreneur Collaborative Center. It's actually the Mark Sharp Entrepreneur Collaborative Center in Ybor City, and beautiful space. Actually, it's where we meet with we have the alumni, the AmeriCorps Vista from First. It's actually our permanent. They gave us permanent meeting space there.
Nice.
And it's it's free. It's totally free. It's 8,000 square foot of meeting space on Palm Avenue in Ybor City.
I was just by it the other day.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful space, and it's there for people. If you're trying to create something, if you need help doing something, you can go there, and it's there for the community. And they do these things, and they do so much for us. And you won't find many counties that are that supportive. And we said
Right.
that before, that they're just there for everybody, and they're open-minded, and they're helpful, and they're kind, and they're good people. It's like, wow, you don't get to say that about government too much.
That's
so
for sure.
so we need a little Jennifer Willingham too. So I can take her on shows and say, here she is. She does. But then we'll have our proclamation online, and you can see it.
Very cool.
Really, really cool. We actually are also, my understanding is we're doing a proclamation for Roboticon as well.
Nice.
Yeah. I don't know what it'll be, Robot Day, First Day or something. But it's fun to have a big gold frame proclamation.
Indeed.
I never thought I'd really say that, but I have a proclamation. I feel like, the Wizard of Oz.
Right?
I have this. So I am official. So
You are the wizard.
That's no.
The Wizard
So,
of Terri.
Yeah, I'm happy to be sitting here next to Danielle. This is fantastic.
Isn't it?
This is so cool. I knew her when.
It's so much fun.
Yeah, I'm glad this worked out.
You had fun meeting everybody?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did.
I'll talk. Can I interview her? No.
Because I was saying, this is... You did an interview at CES, but this
Yeah.
is a different experience.
A way different experience than a short
being in the studio for
And you
3
never know
hours.
who's going to sit down next to you.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a quick little rundown of what you get, a name and an organization, but when you see some of these names don't give you any
clue.
information.
No.
We had no idea what we were getting into there.
Yeah.
So you never quite know what's going
Right.
what's going to be on the show, and that's wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be fun.
It's really fun.
So, and you go into school all prepped here after doing this? Yeah, she's going. So, like, hey, look out. Like, can I say the school live? Yeah, Florida Poly. Danielle's coming. Yeah, that's right. You have to get that. Well, we're going to hopefully try and do some first events from there, the kickoffs and stuff.
Oh,
so
yeah, you should.
Very cool.
We'll get you over there, and then you can report from Florida Poly.
There you
That
go.
would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be really
Sounds
neat.
like fun. Well, Terri,
Yeah.
as always, it's great to have you.
Oh, thank
on
you.
the
Thank
show.
you again for being here. Thank you for sharing everybody's stories and
Absolutely.
getting
Thank you
word
for
out.
making it happen.
Oh man, I'm excited. I'm thrilled with it, and it's just going to get bigger and better. So
How can people find out more about your organization?
EurekaFactory.net. .net, yeah. And GulfCoastMakers.com. You can always that's an ongoing community. People can join that. We have the Gulf Coast Makers Consortium on there, so groups can list their groups and their classes and their programs. We've got a Makers Library on there, so all these resources are there. You don't have to just do this once a year. This is where we gather to celebrate.
Yes.
But the resources are there all the time.
This is the annual party.
This is the big party, but we have stuff available all the time. Eureka Factory is doing all sorts of things. We're actually going to be, our next visit, we're going to be at the first ever Tampa Bay Library Consortium Library Maker Fair.
Wow.
Maker Fest.
Maker Fest.
And there's no E on the end of fair, even if I said fair. So, so the very first ever is going to do it at the Strawberry Festival Fairgrounds in Plant City on June 18th. And
cool.
It's going to be all libraries and some library vendors, and Eureka Factory will be there. But how cool! A library maker festival.
That's awesome.
That sounds
yeah,
really cool.
it's amazing. It's absolutely fantastic.
And when was that again?
June 18th.
June 18th.
Yeah. So
All right.
that's going to be a lot of fun. So again, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
And
thanks for being here, and thanks for doing this.
Bite a mini Chuck.
Don't forget Chuck.
No, I'm taking Chuck. I'm taking Chuck everywhere. It's probably wrong of me somehow, but.
You can do that thing where you take a picture of Chuck everywhere. Like that.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'll be
Stanley.
sending them to you, yes.
Oh my God. We need to
Mini Chuck in St. Louis.
We need to set up a Facebook.
You
fan
guys
page.
need to go get your 3D scans before you leave today.
Absolutely.
I want to.
You do it.
I do.
Do it.
Okay.
We need to set up a Facebook
happening.
fan page for Mini Chuck.
Yeah.
And just
Yo!
post pictures of him in
Oh,
places.
it's done.
my
Maybe
God.
he won't see this before we do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay.
I'm excited about this.
I have too. All right. Bye. Thank
Bye.
you. Chuck says bye too.
Bye.